Welcome, apprentices. Today, we're going to build a simple field guide for spotting something that can be, super confusing at work: sexual harassment. We're going to cut right through all the noise and make this crystal clear.
All right, let's kick things off with a little puzzle to get our brains fired up. I'm about to show you 3 completely different scenarios. All you have to do is figure out the one thing, the one single thing they all have in common. You ready?
So, at first glance, these things seem worlds apart, right? A joke, a simple touch, a picture on a phone. But I promise you, by the end of this quick explainer, you're going to see the one crucial thread that ties them all together. So stick with me. To figure this out, let's think of harassment like it's being broadcast on 4 main channels. And just like a radio, if you know what to listen for on each channel, you can instantly spot the static, that annoying, unwanted noise that just messes up the whole environment. First up is the channel we probably notice the most: verbal static. This is all about what people say out loud.
So here's the key thing to get. It's not really about the specific words someone uses. It's all about the effect of those words. Do they create an environment that feels uncomfortable or awkward or even hostile for someone? That's the real question we have to ask.
And check this out, because this slide shows just how fine that line can be. That's a great presentation. That's all about professional skill. But the comment on the right, it completely shifts the focus to someone's body, and it can make them feel, well, objectified and really uncomfortable. You see that difference?
And this really hits on a super important idea: intent versus impact. Someone might think they're just being funny, right? But their intention to tell a joke doesn't just magically erase the negative impact on the person who has to hear it. It's the impact that really matters. That's the static.
All right, let's switch gears and see how this builds with our second channel. This one isn't about words and all, it's about actions. We're talking about the physical invasion of someone's space.
Now, some of this seems really obvious, like clearly inappropriate touching. But it also covers the more subtle stuff, those actions that kind of blur the lines and can leave you feeling really confused and just icky.
I want you to think of your personal space like an invisible bubble around you. A professional handshake, totally fine, it respects the bubble. But an unwanted hand on your back, or a hand on your shoulder that stays just a little too long, that pops the bubble without your permission. And that's exactly when it becomes a problem.
Okay, so our last 2 channels are so tangled up in today's world that we gotta look at them together. It's the visual and the online noise. One is what you might see in a physical space, and the other, well, the other can follow you right through your screen.
So let's break that down. Visual harassment could be a poster on an office wall or a gross gesture somebody makes in a meeting. But online, that's where the lines get really blurry. We're talking about that unwanted DM that shows up on your phone late at night, a suggestive comment on your social media, or that joke meme that gets sent in a group chat. The screen has created this whole new space where that static can find you anytime, anywhere.
And what this slide shows so clearly is that the workplace isn't just one building anymore, it's a whole network. Harassment can start as a gesture in the office, turn into a nasty email, and then follow you all the way home into your personal space. That beyond the office part is so critical because it invades your actual life and it can feel like there's no escape, which of course directly impacts how you feel at work the very next day.
Okay, so we've tuned into all 4 channels now: the verbal, the physical, the visual, and the online. Let's circle all the way back to our puzzle. A joke, a touch, a picture. What is the one thing, the one signal, that turns any of these things into that harassing static?
It all boils down to just one single powerful test, one core feeling.
This is it. This is the absolute heart of our field guide. If an action, doesn't matter if it's a comment, a touch, or a text, makes someone feel uncomfortable, unsafe, or degraded, it has crossed the line. That is the unifying signal. That is the only test that matters. Period.
So now you've got the field guide. It's your turn to put it to use. Honestly, the best way to get good at spotting this stuff is to think through these situations yourselves. So let's get a conversation going.
Let's start with that verbal static. We saw the example about someone's outfit. What's another one you can think of where a comment stops being a nice compliment and just starts to feel uncomfortable?
Okay, now for the physical channel. When it's something kind of subtle, like someone just standing a little too close, why is that so hard to say something about in the moment? What do you think stops people from speaking up?
And last but not least, let's talk about that online noise. How does getting a harassing message on your phone when you're just chilling at home feel different from something happening at the office? What are some of the unique challenges when that static can literally follow you 24/7? Let's talk about it.